Hello and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and EU4, the Cossacks, and Muscovy. Alright, so everything's looking pretty hunky-dory thus far. We are currently annexing Yaroslav. We are trying to deal with these Golden Horde separatists. And unfortunately our power projection has slipped below 50, not much we can do about it at this time. So we're just going to continue pushing forward and try to manage all of these rebel factions. Wave of obscurantism, or obscurantism? Obscurantism. Interesting. And as a typical response to different kinds of problems, obscurantism was a frequent behavior in most nations, at least until the Age of Enlightenment arose in the most advanced Western nations of the European continent. Of course, we're not going to provide any definition of what that means, but okay. Knowledge is power, national unrest +2, not desirable, or lose prestige. I'm going to lose the prestige because if we do take the +2 unrest, then I definitely won't be able to get rid of these Golden Horde separatists. And I consider that to be a little less than ideal, so I want these things to go away. I don't want to have to worry about it. I don't want any separatism. I want to let this autonomy just kind of tick down and not have to worry about it. No years of separatism, please. I don't want to raise autonomy anywhere that I don't have to. We did that a lot in our Scotland campaign, and considering the fact that we were conquering a lot of territory that would have been hard to reinforce, that made more sense. As Muscovy, not so much. Our Baltic ambition apparently has expired. That's fine, though. Didn't we take it? Yeah, we got Neva, we got an event called Baltic Ambition that appears to have gone away. That was what? Trade efficiency or something? I don't know. Something useful. Alright. Anyway, yeah, so we're just going to kind of chug around this all right now. We're going to see what we can do. Sweden, of course, has grown rather immensely. They took over most of Norway. Theodoro. Who the hell are you? I don't know. They took over all of Norway, and basically they own almost all of Scandinavia. And Finland. I always feel like I have to say, I'm pretty darn sure Finland is not part of Scandinavia. I've had people try to correct me on that point repeatedly. A lot of people say that. My own mother tried to correct me on that point once. But, correct me if I'm wrong, and people always do, so it's kind of a moot point, I suppose. But really, I'm pretty sure Scandinavia, by definition, is only the kingdoms of Sweden, Denmark, and Norway. Pretty sure that is the only things that count in Scandinavia. Now, I know that there's such a thing called the Nordic states. That includes Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, Iceland, and Greenland, and some other islands of some sort, I think. Those are all the Nordic states, but I'm pretty sure Finland is not part of Scandinavia. But you know, what do I know? I'm not from the region. I'm certainly not super familiar with the history of the place. I just know what Wikipedia tells me, and Wikipedia tells me that Finland is not part of Scandinavia, though it is commonly believed to be. Okay, Sweden is calling us into a war against Denmark and Holstein. This is a war that they have started. Norway, Teutonic Order, and Verden. Alright, so if we look at the diplomatic map mode and we click on Sweden, we see Denmark. We see Holstein. There's Verden down there. And Norway. Sweden can probably handle this all on their own. I see 17,000 troops there. How's Denmark looking? If Denmark is fairly weak, and I suspect that they are, 11,000 troops against Swedish steel? I think they'll be just fine. No, I think that Sweden can actually win this war on their own, so we'll accept, even if we don't really help out that much. Whoa. Oh, right, our manpower mission, I forgot about that. Even though if we don't contribute much, we should still gain some favors with Sweden simply for being a part of the war and influencing how their war score is going to calculate in this war. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about anything, but we should be able to get some favors, and that's always nice. Rival of a rival, Bohemia. You want Bohemia to like me? Hey, Anyali, how's work? Yeah? Did people treat you well?
Mostly.
I saw your text that you had a smoothie.
Yes.
Lucky you.
It was free, though.
Did you bring me some?
No.
That's horrible. Alright, go get changed.
I'll make you cookies.
Okay, make me cookies. Thank you. We all know how much I love cookies. This has been like a recurring thing in this channel for some reason. Alright, we are going to probably go ahead and improve with Bohemia. I like getting the extra power and prestige. So let's take away from... Nassau was currently the emperor, yes? We'll go ahead and just pull away from that. Austria could actually be more useful to me. Let's go ahead and start improving with Bohemia. And we already have 10 relations with them, or 10 opinion, I should say. So, improved relations alone should probably be able to take me the whole way. Which is fine with me. No problem. No problem whatsoever. Now, here's the thing. If we do decide we want to bring some troops to fight against Denmark, we could, and that wouldn't be a horrible idea simply because we would be contributing to the war score, and as a result, when Sweden wins the war and starts distributing out the spoils of war, and I'm talking war reparations and money, we would get a percentage of that based on how much war score contribution we did. Which is kind of nice, actually. Not bad. I'm going to go ahead and deal with these Permian separatists, but then I might just sort of poke my way down there and see if I can catch any small stacks of Danes that are just waiting to die. Oh wait, Sweden's apparently having a little trouble. It was a pretty close fight. Well, maybe. Nope, Sweden did lose that one. Alright. Libertas Ecclesia. The clergy have long been one of the foremost pillars of the Muscovite realm. Blah, 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 blah. So, lose 15 loyalty, lose patriarch authority, gain money, lose influence. Not sure I like that idea. Alternatively, gain loyalty but gain influence and gain prestige. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, and let me explain why. So, we see here that clergy are at 41% loyalty. Losing 15 would be detrimental. We would go down into a minus tax and stability cost. So that wouldn't be good. But the loyalty is good, the prestige is good, and you may say the whole goal was to keep influence low, correct? But I think I discovered that the more influence that you have, the higher this overall benefit will be. So it's currently 36%. We're going to pick this up, gain the prestige, gain the loyalty. This won't be enough to take us to the 60% tier, but we will gain some influence, and we should see if this goes up. And it did, from 10% national taxes to 15% national taxes. So estates are just a really intricate balancing act in this game now. It's fun to kind of add sort of internal politics, but still, like, you want to have as high loyalty as possible and medium to high influence, but not too high of an influence, or then they might become problems for you. It's just like, it's a lot of work. All right, we're going to pull back from Austria. I no longer care. What else do we want to do with this diplomat? Well, I saw a mission earlier to just conquer all of Novgorod, so if we can get Bohemia to like us, we'll pick that up and we'll gain our free claims. Let's go ahead and fabricate a claim against the Livonian Order. Narwa is probably fine, and we can transfer that claim off to Pskov later, if we so desire. And Permian separatists are decaying, which is good. We're also about to finish annexing Yaroslav. It appears that my two vassals have decided to combine over here and do absolutely freaking nothing, which is fun. Oh, I love this music. This Christmas music is fun. Bum 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 bum. I'm too fast. Never mind. All right. Let's go ahead and start combining up our troops, and we will see if there's anything we can do to contribute to this war. Sweden is sort of getting around, but it's going to take them a little while. I might send just a few guys, see if I can't contribute, get some war score, make sure that they win this war. Denmark is my rival after all. If we can make Denmark small enough that they are no longer a valid rival, I'll be able to reevaluate for free. Do we want to gain prestige or a little bit of money? Well, I don't have much use for money right now, so we're going to take the prestige because that's always a good thing. And there goes the integration of Yaroslav. So our diplomatic reputation just went down, which is actually a little less than fortunate as far as trying to finish our mission with Bohemia, but still, we did just pick up 5 troops as well. Are we over the force limit? We are not. We are actually still well below the force limit, so that's fine with me. Alrighty-doo. Alrighty donkey-dookie-doo. So let's go ahead and grab these guys together. We'll split them, march forward. I'm going to leave behind 11,000 troops for now. Let's take 16 or 15 or so, and we'll just march on down into Sweden. Looks like Pskov has decided they're going to go ahead and just march down this direction anyway. So we might as well go make sure that our march doesn't lose all of their manpower. This appears to be a fortress siege race right now for some reason. We're going to go down to Stockholm, I suppose. Well, it's going to be a bit of a long walk, unfortunately. Pskov, where are you going? You can't cross that. It's not going to work, buddy. You going to try anyway? Okay. Wait, how'd you get across? How did you do that? That's not supposed to be possible. You're in this war. These guys are blockading. How did this happen? No, like, literally, how did this happen, though? Can someone tell me? I see the ships. Enemy ships, making sure that no one should be able to cross. Oh, looks like Pskov's gonna go down there and do some work. Oh, but that was a bad fight. You guys should have waited for me. I had 15,000 more men. Could have helped you. You screwed up. You done goofed, sir. I'm gonna sit here and wait for you. Sweden. Is this defensive territory? It's woods. So kinda, yeah. Yeah, we'll be fine. That's a lot of troops. I don't feel like dealing with that. Alright, we can pick up Muscovy ideas. Missionaries +1. Not useful to me right now, because I still am unable to convert any of this Sunni territory, so without a little bit of extra missionary strength, which is currently really bad, I need like 3% to even start, having extra missionaries is not useful to me. So we're going to hold on to these points for a little while, and not do anything too crazy. Let's go ahead and... what do we want to do? We'll fabricate more claims against Kazan, I guess. I don't really care even which ones we get. I mean, we got nothing important to do with these diplomats right now, so let's just sit back here and watch. Maybe I'll back up here, actually. We're just going to back up to Stockholm. Let's see what the Swedish army does. I'll let them recover for a bit. They'll march down this direction, and then we can go try to stomp on the Danish. Get a big chunk of war score out of that. Gain our Casus Belli against the Livonian Order. That's fun. Probably fabricate another claim, actually, so let's do exactly that. Revel, or Reval. We'll do just fine for that. And what else? Sent gifts. Ryazan received a gift from the Golden Horde. Funny. Alright, here come the Swedes. What are you gonna do, buddy? Where are you going? You're going to Narke? That's fine, I'm gonna go to Ostergotland. Maybe you want to jump in on something. Maybe not. Alright. No, God! Back up. Back, okay, well... No, we can get out of there in time. Thanks to that little indicator, I know that that's true. Where are you going? You're going here, and now there's going to be a fight on July 15th. So if I go this way, we'll have to fight Verden. Okay, now hang on, I need to find this out. So Denmark is going to Ostergotland. They'll be there on the July 12th. So I need to go this way if I want this fight to actually take place between Sweden and Denmark. So we're going to... Wait. Nope, they stopped. Okay. They were counting on me getting caught out in that fight, weren't they? This is still defensive territory. I wish I could find some mountains. Mountains would be good. Doesn't appear that there are any, though. So let's just kind of sneak around over here. We'll go for Schmalland, I guess. And hopefully, if they decide to jump on us, Sweden will break their siege and come and help. I'm saying hopefully, because if they don't, I'm going to be real mad. Maybe we don't do anything. Maybe we just back up and we wait for Sweden to get attacked. Yeah, they're going after Stockholm next, aren't they? Maybe not. They're going here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did we just get caught out? We don't want to fight in the grasslands. If we're going to have to fight somewhere, we might as well fight here in the woods. We'll get a better defensive penalty, but I think he's going for it. I can get there. He can get to me, in theory. Are you going after Sweden? You're going for Holland. Wait. Okay, you stopped there, so let's see if we can squish this Verden stack. Nope, he's coming after me now. It is in the grasslands, though, so we're not going to lose much. Here comes Sweden. Let's see if we can get this. Oh, no. Nope, this isn't looking good. No, wait, maybe we got the numbers advantage. It could work. And that's probably the only boost that Sweden needed in order to start winning this war. That was the tipping... What do you say? The thing that tipped the scales, the tipping blow, the tipping what something, I don't know. Whatever, we're just going to sit back and recover for a bit. Yeah, we lost some manpower. Yeah, we're going to lose a little bit of money. But we're going to make sure that Sweden's able to win their war. And they're going to... Well, Denmark just took Holland back. I can't even get anywhere as long as Schmalland is still a thing. So we're going to sit back here then. We're going to go to Ostergotland again. And sit in the woods, defensive territory, and just recover for a little while. Alright. 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 So we suffer casualties, no kidding. You don't say. I mean, that's... Really, really insightful of you. Thank you. I do think we managed to... Oh, no, our king died. Well, we now have a 3-4-5 leading the nation. That actually works fine. Ivan the Third, Veliki Rurikovich. Rurikovich? Something. It's not a bad leader, all things considered. It's just unfortunate that we lost our stability. We also have no legal heir at the moment. That is also unfortunate, but we'll make do with what we got. All right. When is our truce with Novgorod going to end? Pretty soon, I would think. Yeah, next year, actually. Truce with Kazan, Timurids, Kashmir, Tabaristan, and Ardalan has expired. Sweden, please do not let these guys just go marching around and causing Okay. Well, we're going to be sending our troops back home because we have a war of our own to be worried about. Don't worry, Sweden, we won't call you in. I'll let you deal with your own thing. You don't have to get pulled onto two different fronts. Byzantine refugees. My lord, Byzantium has fallen to the Saracens. The last bastion of the Roman Empire, the city of Constantine, or Constantinople, is now in Turkish hands as Christendom reels from the shock. Byzantine refugees flock to the cities and courts of Europe, bringing with them old manuscripts of classical knowledge, tracts by Aristotle, Plato, and Galen, and a thorough knowledge of both Latin and Greek. Inviting these refugees to Muscovy might provide an enormous boost to our own efforts in the fields of culture and science. By all means, let them come. Minus 10% technology cost and gain prestige at the cost of some diplomatic and admin power. Not a bad trade, in my opinion. Or lose prestige. Nope, I like the idea of saving on tech cost even more. That is actually definitely valuable to me. Denmark is still marching around doing things. I don't know who's going to win this war, actually. I mean, if Sweden loses, then Sweden loses. It's not like it's the end of the world. Pskov, please don't. I don't know what you're doing, but don't do it. Just stop. 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 It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. Rival of our rival. We're really close to getting Bohemia to like us. If we can just go by a couple more months, I think we will win that just fine. So let's take a quick look-see at them. Yeah, we still have 16 more room for improved relations, and we only need 6. So that should be done in just a couple of months. Then we can pick up a mission to conquer all of Novgorod, and we will do exactly that. Austria just accepted peace with Frankfurt. White peace, no one will gain anything. I mean, basically, Austria, now that they're no longer the emperor, has decided to just go crazy and take as much stuff as possible. Like, they're no longer burdened with being a peaceful emperor. They can just go and take everything. And Austria's a pretty powerful nation. We just gained trade disputes against Ardalan. Well, that's fun. Why? I don't want that. We've lost it. They changed their minds. They embargoed us and said, wait, that's a really bad idea. I don't know if you've noticed, but Muscovy is pretty large. And then they gave up. Naive relative. Oh dear. We're going to take the National Spy Defense. There goes the prestige. Conquer Novgorod? Yes. Thank you. That's the mission we were looking for. Our truce will be up with you in December of 1473. You have no allies, which means this is going to be very fun. Very fun. We could threaten a war with them, by the way. And the way that the threaten war function works, this is a new thing. We lost claim, huh? Lithuanian Civil War. Ooh. It's too bad that Lithuania is an ally, because this would be an opportunity, but oh well. Anyway, the way that threaten war works is basically you look at a very small nation and say, hey, give me your province, or I'm just going to declare war on you and take it. Now, the problem with that is you do gain a lot more aggressive expansion than if you had just taken it by a conquest war. But it does mean you shouldn't need any fabricated claims, I suppose, and it could be a way to just take provinces without actually losing manpower. I mean, if that's something you care about, then that'll be an option for you. Alright, well, we're about to hit up December, and then we'll declare war on Novgorod. We're going to stomp them down into the dirt, and we will be laughing all the way to the bank. The question now becomes, what do we do about Pskov? We just lost National Epic. That's unfortunate. That was a prestige thing, I think. What do we do about Pskov? Do we give them Ingurmanland? Or do we take that ourselves? Well, one thing we can do, and I should do this right now, subjects, interaction, grant claim over Narwa, bam. We decided to give them our claim on Narwa. So, now, if we look at the diplomatic map mode, we'll see, yep, that they do indeed have a claim against Narwa now, thanks to that. We could give them Ingurmanland and Narwa, eventually, and maybe Reval, and we'll just start feeding them all of this. I don't know. Do we want this? It's only 7... Well, no, we have to take it, though, for our mission, don't we? Yeah, it has to be owned by Muscovy. I could grant it to them afterwards, if I want to. We'll consider that, I suppose. That's a tough call, isn't it? That's a bit of a tough call. Alright, well, let's go ahead and declare this war, then. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Wait, why? What? Oh, I'm a year off. Whoops, I did the math all wrong on that one. Okay, in 1 year, then, we shall declare the war. How are you looking, Sweden? Sweden appears to be doing just fine. It looks to me like they are going to be winning this war, and we did manage to get some contribution in there. So, I'm going to go ahead and send 11,000 troops down this direction, see if we can't get any little sieges out there, maybe eke out a little bit of extra war score. No, wait, there's no way I'm going to get around. Denmark has a better navy. They're going to block me from getting anywhere through Denmark. I can't do anything at this point except for help stomp armies, which he's already done. So no, we won't bother anymore. We'll just gain the favors and call it a day. Alright, well that's enough for this video, so thank you guys for watching. This has been Pravus with EU for the Cossacks. If you enjoyed this video, then hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I, as always, will see you guys next time.